Hello and welcome. Oh shit, did we miss it? Fuck, I think we missed it.
Nah, we're good. We're in.
We're good?
We're in. Yeah.
Well, hello and welcome, comic connoisseurs. I'm your host, Xboxgut, aka Cameron. I'm joined by my co-host, MLG Man, known as Luke. Welcome to the very, very first episode of We Got Issues. We've shot a pilot before this, but we're officially calling this the first episode that you guys will see. Hope you guys enjoy this. This is a comic, manga, gaming, movie podcast, mostly focusing on comics. Between me and my boy here, we got a lot of stuff to say. We got a lot of stuff that we want to hear from you guys. But without further ado, we just want to, first off, we want to just explain who we are and how we got into the medium. So without further ado, I'll just let my boy Luke take over for now.
Yeah, guys, welcome. Welcome to We've Got Issues. Like Cameron said, I am MLG Man Luke. I've been in this game making content for like four years now. I've been doing it for various things. I started off doing anime reviews. Uh, do not go back and watch those videos, y'all. But then I went over to doing manga. With me, both me and Gut were doing manga reviews and talking about manga during the manga boom of the early 2020s, and
Yes, sir.
the manga too. We talked a little bit about that in the pilot, but as far as comics, I really got into comics over the last year. Uh, like summer of 2024, right after Deadpool and Wolverine came out. I saw it and it just reignited a passion for like superheroes and shit, and got heavy into X-Men and Marvel comics, and then Invincible, and that opened the gates for all the indie comics. And I don't know, I've just loved it ever since, collecting trades, collecting single issues, back issues, new comic book day, everything in this hobby. I've just been knee deep in it over the last year, and it's been a ton of fun.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, if you had to choose, you've had a past in manga, you have a current history with comics. What do you got to say is a better medium in within comics and manga? What do you say you like more?
uh I think I think manga tends it can be better because I mean it's basically like an indie series. Like, because if you take
Yeah,
comics,
for sure.
especially with how big Marvel and DC are, there's a lot of stuff can get convoluted, and there's so much history. I know we've talked in the past before, but with manga, it's so easy to just pick up volume one and ride with it from there. It's the same creative team for the most part throughout, and in that way, it stays quite consistent. And the same cannot be said for most Western comics, at least big ones. Um, so I mean, there's comic greats and there's manga greats. There's some manga flops, of course, but I
Hmm.
think by and large, manga tends to be more consistent, if anything. But
Yeah, for
as
sure.
far as as far as stories like that I've read, like if I take a look back at my favorite stories I've ever read, I do think I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Actually,
Yeah,
I don't know if I can give you a straight answer, but I will say, yeah, manga is more consistent.
yeah, for sure. Like my boy Luke said, it's easier to just hop in from volume one, volume two, volume three, volume four. It's a lot like indie comics in that way, where Invincible, you just pick up the first compendium, second compendium, third compendium. That's cool, man. I'm glad you answered that question. I know it's kind of a hard question to answer, but
Yeah, for
I
sure.
guess without further ado, I'll get into how I got into comics and manga as well. I guess it all started with manga because I'm a big collector. I love to collect stuff. I used to collect a lot of video games. I don't really anymore. I'm more of a digital collector myself nowadays. But the way I got into the medium of collecting manga was I was at Barnes and Noble. I was really into D&D at the time, and I was at Barnes and Noble, and my sister was upstairs where all the manga is. She loves Dragon Ball. She loves Dragon Ball Z. So she knew about manga. She knew the that it originates from a manga and becomes an anime. Sometimes there's anime originals like Cowboy Bebop. And yeah, I just went up there and she showed me one of the first volumes, if not the first volume I had ever picked up, which is Dragon Ball Z issue number one, or not issue. Geez, I'm so used to comics now. Volume number one. the Visbig, which is like an omnibus that collects issues. I keep saying issues. 3 volumes of Dragon Ball Z in one book, which is cool. It broke me into the whole medium. I got into collecting. Well, I'm a big gamer, obviously, so I wanted to get into gaming, like game mangas. So I ended up getting some Zelda manga, and it really broke me into the whole medium of just reading. I used to read whenever I was a little boy. I loved Harry Potter whenever I was a little kid, and whenever I grew up and got into comics and manga, rather, it just really reignited my whole love for reading and stuff like that. I grew a massive collection, and fast forward a couple of years after, like, the whole manga tube blow up that me and MLG Man were like a part of. It was cool making videos, making content around manga and stuff like that. But whenever James Gunn's Superman came out, I was really anticipating it. It was one of my most anticipated superhero movies because I love Marvel, and I never really got into DC. I never got into, like, the Justice League. I never, and it's might sound criminal, guys, but I have never seen any of the Dark Knight. I've never seen Dark Knight Rises. I've never seen Batman Returns. I've never seen any of those,
Damn, I
really
didn't know
banging movies.
that.
Yeah,
Shit.
dude, my exposure to Batman is real little, to be completely honest.
Damn, I did not know that, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of nuts. I know people are gonna outrage at that, but anyway, I was really into Superman because it was the start of a brand new universe with Superman and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go out, and I know I'm gonna enjoy this movie. I enjoyed it so much that I didn't let the love for Superman stop at the movie. I went straight to my comic shop, or Barnes and Noble rather, and my comic shop actually, and I picked up I picked up a compendium of the Death and Return of Superman. I picked up Kingdom Come. I picked up some Golden Age books of Superman, actually Action Comics of 1 through 25, and Superman 1 through 5. I picked up as well. Picked up Superman Red Sun, and it just broke me. It really reignited my love for reading again. It's really just been a great time. Since then I've already read all of The Walking Dead. I've read more than half of Invincible. I'm on the 3rd compendium now, or about to be. I'm like about 2-3 issues away. And it really brought me back into the medium of just wanting to read. It even is making me want to read novels as well, which is wild because I know my bird brain can't handle, the attention span of reading all these novels and reading all these, pages and pages and pages of just text and text. But it's making me want to do that, man. I love the medium, and I love the hobby, and I love collecting. I'm a big collector, and I know you are too, Luke.
Oh yeah.
I know you like to collect like figures and stuff like that. I
Oh
haven't
yeah.
really gotten into that. I haven't gotten into the action figures. Yeah,
I got
exactly.
some figures up here.
And I see you got some slabs up there as well. If you guys are new and you guys don't know what comic slabs are, they're graded comic books that are, I think, what is that, a 9.8 up there or something like that?
It's a 9.2.
A 9.2 of.
It's Thor 337 from 1983, 82, something like that. It's the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, who's one of my
Oh
favorite
man,
comic
Beta Ray
characters.
Bill. Yeah, Beta Ray Bill. Whenever I was a kid, was like an elusive, like, I don't know, like anti-hero, villain, hero kind of character. I don't know too much about Beta Ray Bill. I just know that he looks dope and he's worthy of holding Mjolnir is all I know about him.
Yeah, no, that first appearance in a 9.2. I'm very proud to
Dude,
have that. And
that's
I
sick.
real quick, I mean, it's great that you noticed that and brought it up because I bought that over the summer as like a memento because I got accepted into college, uh,
Oh wow.
and I got it just as like a, you know, as a memento. Be like, yeah, I got this, for like when I was accepted into college. It was kind of like a landmark in my life, So
Yeah, like a milestone.
yeah, for sure. So that holds a special place for me right there.
That's awesome, man. That's so sick. I haven't gotten into that whole collecting world of that, like comic collecting yet. I haven't gotten in any slabs. I am very interested in like, showcasing some of my favorite covers of single issues that I have. Like, there's a Superman Kryptonite Spectrum that I really want to hang up. There's the first volume or the first issue of Skinbreaker I really want to hang up on my wall. There's some really dope covers out there, and that's sick that you got the first appearance of one of the sickest. What is he, an anti-villain or an anti-hero? I mean,
No, he's a hero. I mean,
he's a hero.
Yeah, I have to actually read like the run where he's first introduced by Walt Simonson. But he starts off fighting Thor, but then they become best buds, and he's
Yeah.
not necessarily a sidekick, but he's just like Thor's like best friend, pretty much, and he's just
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, that's
Um,
cool. I love his design. He looks so cool.
yeah, he's awesome. But yeah, this is the only slab I have. But if real quick, if you want to like display some of your books, I'll show you later. But this is also for the people watching. There's this brand. I think they're like a small business. They're called Comic Capsules. They make these really cool cases that are almost like slabs, but you just pop them open on the top, and they have different colors, and they're like a see-through, and you just pop your comics in, and they're UV resistant, and like they just protect your books like hard plastic. And but they have this notch built into the back where all you do is put a nail in your wall, and you can hang them and display
Oh
your books.
wow.
I can't really show you, but I have a couple of really cool books right above me here on my
Yeah.
wall, and I have a couple more coming in the mail to display some more of my books. But yeah, they're really sick, and they're really inexpensive too.
Oh wow, that's great.
They're like $10 a piece, and
Mhm.
you can buy them in like bundles, and they'll take a few dollars off if you buy them in like
Sweet.
bundles.
Yeah, sweet man. That sounds like something I'm definitely interested in because, like I said, I have a couple of single issues where the covers are just immaculate that I really just want
Oh
to hang
yeah,
up. So yeah,
for
that's
sure.
awesome. I'll definitely get that from you after this. So moving on to our next like point, I kind of want to get into what are top three of the medium of of comics in general. I just wanted to talk about comics for now because manga is this isn't technically a manga like podcast. It's very like laser focused into comics. We definitely could get into manga and stuff like that, games, movies, and stuff like that that we do enjoy,
We should
because it
do an
all revolves.
episode that's just manga, dude. We should do a manga episode.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. We could definitely
One of these
throw down
days.
some
One of these
manga.
days.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, I just wanted to throw out maybe three honorable mentions, maybe three of the your top three. I just want to hear what your top three. If you can't give, maybe just three honorable mentions of your top three comics that you've read since getting back into it since Deadpool and Wolverine.
For sure. It's funny you say that because literally yesterday I was talking with a buddy. Shout out to Charles. I was talking to him about like my top five, or it may have even been earlier today. I don't remember. Um, but yeah, I always since I've read it, I've always put Invincible in my top three. It was the first big series I read. It's Kirkman on writing. It's Ryan Otley, my goat, on the art. It's so violent and visceral.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
and
Yes,
the
sir.
world building is awesome. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and more grand as you go. It's just like it's like a superhero power fantasy, pretty much. Like it's fucking awesome. And I mean, I've read a lot since then, so sometimes I falter and I'm like, well, is it really my favorite still? But looking back and thinking about my emotions as I was reading it and like literally jumping out of my seat during like the big fight in the middle of the series, you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
absolutely.
about.
Yes, of course, of course.
Literally like putting my hands on my head at some parts in this, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yes.
it's definitely still one of my favorite series, if not my favorite. It's due for a reread
Mhm.
uh, soon. It's got to be. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I'll reread it by the end of the year. But Invincible's up there. Um, I gotta throw Geiger in there, dude. Geiger's got to be in my top three indie books. It's fantastic. I know I'm trying to put you on. I don't. Did you get the
Yeah.
first trade for it?
I haven't yet. I
Oh,
want
you
to
haven't yet.
I definitely want to order it. I just haven't gotten around to it. I just kind of have been trying to I don't want to like pile so many different series that I want, because if I get Geiger, I know I'm going to want to read it and I know I'm going to want to
Oh yeah,
continue and continue. So I kind of just want to wrap up some of the series that I'm currently reading, because I usually like to try to keep it to three series that I'm currently reading. And I'm trying to
for
wipe
sure.
out a couple before I get into some other stuff. But yeah, do Geiger, from the stuff you've told me, it sounds fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, dude, Geiger is awesome. If you're a fan of Fallout, and I'd say it's got some berserky elements to it as well, just like kind of a wandering badass in this desolate land, kind of a reluctant hero, but You'll meet characters who are, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, like kind of heartwarming characters, and
Mhm.
like there'll be like a couple of kids that'll travel with him at certain points, and it's kind of one of those things where he doesn't like he's a reluctant hero. He doesn't want to help, but at the end of the day, he's gonna do what's right, and he'll be like, "Ah, fuck, all right, I guess I'm helping these guys out." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and now I'm wrapped into this, so he's just a really cool character. He's got an awesome power set. I don't want to give too much away because the I don't know. He's a very complex character, and there's a lot
Mhm.
of spoilers kind of around like who he is. Like you would have to read it. But yeah, it's just awesome. It has some amazing art in it, and yeah, it's one of the first indie series outside of Invincible that I really got into that I wasn't sure about because any other indie stuff I read was stuff like that I heard really high praise for. But I guess Geiger was one where it was like when I don't know, it still felt pretty underground whenever I got into it. Like it wasn't super popular, and I think it's gotten more popular since I've gotten into it.
Mhm.
Um, but it felt like something when I was getting into it that I don't know, I felt a part of something because not many people were talking about it, and it's like,
Yeah,
dude, this is a fucking banger. Like I got to
yeah,
put
yeah, yeah.
people on. So Geiger is really cool for that. I want to throw an honorable mention out there real quick. I've been flying through Something is Killing the
Oh
Children.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
You've
I
been
want
talking
I
in the
wanted to
Discord
talk
about
about
this.
this, bro.
Please, please.
One of the best comics I've read. There's
Really?
uh eight volumes out right now. Um Dude, I read volume 1 last week, and that was the only volume I had. I read it instantly, added the other 7 volumes in my cart, purchase.
Boom.
Dude,
Damn. Really that good, huh?
the rest of them got here yesterday. I'm on volume 6, dog.
Oh my
I've
god.
read what? I read volume 2, 3, 4, 5 in just the last like 24 hours.
No
This shit
shit.
is so fantastic. And what sucks is I'm on volume 6. I'm already like almost done because there's 8 volumes out. So
So is this a
it's
series that finishes within 8 volumes, or is it
it's
ongoing still?
ongoing.
Oh, it's
It's
ongoing.
ongoing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very fast paced, quick read.
Yeah.
Um, I just wanted an excuse to talk about it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Dude,
for
this
sure.
shit is blowing me away. The art is really awesome. Imagine, dude. Are you familiar with The Witcher?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, Witcher 3
Dude,
specifically. Yeah.
okay. Imagine a mix of Stranger Things and The Witcher.
Really? That sounds very
Yeah, dude.
interesting because that doesn't seem like it would make, you know, a ton of sense. But that
Well,
that's definitely the mesh that you're filling with that book, huh?
yeah. So it takes place in like small town America, right? And that's
Okay.
why it really gives me that Stranger Things vibe, where but there's all these like murders that are popping up, and there's these dead kids that are popping up, and people are going missing, and nobody really knows why. And you've got this main character. Her name's Erica Slaughter, and she's a part of this monster hunter group called the Order of Saint George. They're
hmm
basically like witchers, and she goes out
Oh.
and she's basically out here murking monsters. And I won't
Oh,
get
so
into
it's
it
like
too
an
much.
action book.
Yeah, it's a mixture of like crime, horror, and action.
Oh man, that actually sounds real good. Because to me, from what you were telling me and from what I've gathered from seeing it on the shelf, because I've seen actual single issues being sold in my LCS. It just looks like a murder mystery thriller as type of story.
Yeah,
So
it's at first it does give off that kind of vibe in the first issue or the first volume because you don't really know a ton of what's going on. And you follow the story from like different perspectives too, because you can follow it from the monster hunter's perspective, where it's a lot more action focused. But then it'll switch to the point of view of a lot of like the normal people. Like you'll follow like cops that are trying to figure out like
mm,
what the fuck is going on. Why are all these kids popping up dead? And like it's super gory, dude. Like there'll be like
Oh, it is.
kids just like ripped apart and shit. Like,
Okay.
and so
Is
they're
it Image?
it's Boom Studios.
Oh, Boom Studios. Okay, Boom Studios does The Boys. So if there's any telling,
Oh, really?
yeah, Boom Studios does. Well, DC picked up The Boys for the first like 7 issues of it, and they like DC was like, "Yo, like we're good on this." So Garth Ennis was picked up by no, it's not Boom Studios. Sorry, it's Dynamite.
Oh, Dynamite.
Yeah, so Boom
Yeah,
Dynamite. Fucking
Dynamite Boom. Yeah.
yeah. I thought it was, but continue. Sorry about that.
It's all good, man. But for what I've what from what I understand is Boom Studios is really big on horror comics. So more than indie, or not indie. What am I saying? More than Image. So if
Mm,
you're ever in the mood for like horror comics, there's like some weird shit, or like some like sci-fi horror type stuff. Anything horror related in the comics space, Boom Studios is the place to go.
yeah,
But this is really right up my alley because I love sort of like the fantasy elements, but also like I don't know, the horror like action kind of stuff. It's really fucking sick. I
yeah,
don't want to go on too much of a tangent just for this honorable mention, but like
yeah,
this is what I've been reading right now, and it has the I don't know, it has the sauce to be like
yeah, for sure.
one of my favorites. Like it's fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it brings something new to like, especially like a reader like me. If I were to pick it up, it definitely seems like it would bring something completely new and fresh to the table of comic books to me personally,
Oh,
because I'm used
I
to,
think
you know,
I think you
superheroes
would
fighting
like
each
it,
other.
dude.
I
Right.
think I would like it as well.
It's different, dude. It's not
Hmm.
superheroes, and it's not as out there as something like East of West, which
Hmm.
what I really like East of West, and I know you've had some issues with it, but
Hmm.
I kind of whenever I introduced you to East of West, I kind of regretted to remind you or like bring up that it is confusing. Like I feel like maybe I didn't emphasize that enough, and maybe I kind of forgot just how confusing it was for a new
Hmm.
reader. But something is killing the children. Nothing like that at all. It's very
Yeah.
straightforward, very
Hmm.
easy to understand,
Yeah.
and very quick read. It's very snappy. A lot of action sequences. Um, yeah, it's really awesome. It's perfect for readers wanting to get into comics, but not necessarily wanting superheroes. You
Mm.
know,
Yeah,
I,
absolutely.
I would throw it up there. You know, as one of the greats to get into, especially for modern readers. But yeah, whenever you're able to, bro, this shit slaps.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it could be like I said, like I'm usually typically like into that's kind of why I think I like The Walking Dead so much, kind of a spoiler from my list. But I think because it brought something very, very different to the table of comic books that I'm usually like interested in, which is like superhero comics, Spider-Man, Wolverine, fucking, just typical superhero stuff. I think it definitely sounds like it definitely brings something new and fresh to the table because personally, I don't even think I've read another horror book besides anything by Junji Ito, and I don't really like Junji Ito that much.
Mm.
So yeah, that sounds like a great time. I might have to pick that up. The first volume for sure. I might have to just check out for sure.
Oh yeah, dude. The first volume, and it's such a popular book too that you can get this on Amazon for like $8. I think I got it for $8, like
Oh,
on
dude,
Amazon,
yeah.
just for it being on sale. But yeah, this is the first volume right here, and it won an Eisner too,
No shit.
which is like a big comic book award.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, 2020 Best New Series Eisner Award.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's got the accolades to back it up. You know what I'm saying?
So that series has been going on for 5+ years. That's it obviously has some sort of selling power if it's got to be going
Oh
on for
yeah.
5+ years. How many issues is it up to
Uh,
currently?
well, these trades, I think it's like 45.
45. Okay. That's cool,
Yeah,
man. I'm definitely gonna have to tap in on that.
yeah, dude. Um, yeah, it's been great. I mean, I kind of went on for so long talking about it. I'll put that as my number three. Fuck it.
As your number three,
It
shit,
was,
dude. If you
it
do
was.
have a definitive three, I would love to hear it.
I mean, Ultimate Spider-Man,
Yeah.
the Bendis one from the early 2000. I think it's 2000 or 2001 or something
Mhm.
like that. I read that first omnibus, and it blew me away. It was everything I could want from a Spider-Man story. It's like the
Yeah.
perfect Spider-Man story. Honestly, it's different because it's the Ultimate Universe, and it switches things up, and different characters are a little bit, I don't know, warped in a way. It's
Mhm.
not traditional Spider-Man, but I don't know, it is at the same time though. It's just fresh,
Yeah.
and it's really good. If you're because the new Ultimate Spider-Man is very good, but it's of an adult Peter Parker. He's married, he has kids, so there's like that father and husband aspect to his character in the new Ultimate Spider-Man. But if you want a story that's still very much that origin story, that high school nerd, like teen romance, like all these different angsty teen kind of aspects of Spider-Man's character, but you want something fresh with it, yeah. If you just want something quintessentially Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
Bendis's Ultimate Spider-Man is the perfect thing. So I read that recently, like I think a month or two ago now. And yeah, that was a breeze to read through because it was just awesome.
Yeah, such an enjoyable read. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you gave me my a top three with an honorable mention. That sounds right up my alley. It sounds awesome.
For
So without
sure.
further ado, I want to give you guys my top three. It's not really that hard for me because personally I haven't read too much comics. I've read a good grip, but I would say I've read a good grip of single issues, not too much like series or anything like that. But firing off with number one, guys, I got to just go straight in with The Walking Dead, man. I know I talked about it earlier. I love The Walking Dead so very much. I hold it dear to my heart because that story just it really like transported me. Kirkman's writing just transported me into that world of The Walking Dead, and I could not stop reading it until the final issue, man. And that final issue kind of was pulled at the heartstrings a little bit, and I loved it. I loved every single issue. I didn't really think there was any filler. I didn't feel like it was dragging at all. It put me into a world that was brutal, full of death, and in a weird way, full of hope. And I really think that if you're a fan of the medium of zombies, you like zombie movies, you like, I wouldn't say like horror, but like it has an element of horror in it. If you like a survivor story, definitely just pick up The Walking Dead. If you like the show, if you like anything about the show, dude, you will love the comic book because to me personally, I haven't watched the show, but I've seen a ton of videos on reviewing the show in its entirety and stuff like that. I really do think that the comic book, the source material, is in every facet better. The only thing that I would say that the comic book doesn't have that the shows do have that is better is Daryl Dixon, which is such a dope character, man. What a badass,
Oh yeah.
Rick's right hand man. You know what I mean? He's got the crossbow. He's the man in the show, which I really, really wish was in the comic books, which is a shame. But yeah, guys, I definitely think The Walking Dead is my number one, and I don't really think it's close. To be honest, it's the best thing that I've read almost ever. It surpasses a lot of my favorite manga of all time. Like talking to Toriko, I know you guys know I love Toriko. It's my third favorite book of all time, but The Walking Dead was so good it bumped Toriko down to number four, and The Walking Dead is my new number three ever. But moving on to my second favorite book of all time, or not of all time, rather, it's my second favorite comic book that I've read so far, is hands down. I know with the pilot, Luke, we were talking about like I was kind of iffy on Invincible being like my second favorite, but as I've continued and as I've read a lot more, and as I've really just kind of let go and really just try to invest myself in these characters and invest myself in this world, I really, really do think that Invincible is, if The Walking Dead didn't exist, Invincible would be my number one, but Invincible is my number two. Robert Kirkman, once again, I love Robert Kirkman's writing. Ryan Otley on the art, incredible story. I really did have my issues with the first compendium, and I really thought it was kind of slow, kind of meandered a little bit too long on villains that I didn't really care too much for. And I know that's kind of like it's a marriage of Spider-Man and Superman. It's a story where Spider-Man has this teenage angst, with this powers of Superman, and I it was slow at first. I did very much like it. I didn't love it. And whenever I got around to that second compendium, man, I gotta say the writing, the scope, the scale of that whole story, dude, is genuinely mind blowing because it's one of those things where you just need to read it from its start to its to its finish to really get the entire picture what Kirkman is trying to tell you. Because like Luke was saying in the pilot, man, Kirkman never lets something that he introduces to you go without it returning or coming back full circle. It'll always come back. He never leaves you hanging with a certain plot line. And I just really had to let go and like kind of not really like be so critical on the book because it's genuinely the best superhero book I've ever read. Without a doubt, it's not even close. Like Mark Grayson, where I'm at in the book, is like at such a character arc peak, in my opinion. He's at such a pivotal moment
Where
in his
are you
character.
at?
I'm with Dinosaurus. Invincible and Dinosaurus. Like it's where they team up.
They team up. Okay, yeah.
Incredible writing. Like I said,
real quick, is that nearing issue 100?
Yeah, that's like I'm about in issue 90 right now.
Oh shit, dude. You're okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You're gonna want to do some reading.
Yeah, dude. I like the way Kirkman took the story and hit a hard left with it, in my opinion. Do you know what I'm talking about here with the Viltrumite, like where the Viltrums reside?
Yes.
Like, dude, I did not expect Kirkman to go that route, and I didn't expect Mark and Nolan to make that decision to, I don't want to spoil it too much, but
well, piggybacking off that real quick, one of the really jarring and mind-blowing things about Invincible is how unafraid Kirkman is to do time skips. I don't know if you've gotten to any of the time skips yet. I don't remember, but there is a significant period of time that'll take place between certain.
I think I know what you're talking about, because it's like, to me, or not to me, but in the book, there was an 8-month like time skip
during the war, right?
Or during the war. Well,
yeah. During his,
like Invincible
recovery.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And Adam Eve gets all all thickened up, which is hilarious. I love it.
That was, I mean, if you think about it, that was fucking sad. I don't know if you've gotten to like what went on with that, but
I did, dude. I did with she did something, and Mark's like, no, what? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, dude,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Okay, back to what I was saying. It's like, just.
I'm sorry.
No worries. I genuinely think this world building has went from being like a 6-7 to being like a fucking 10.
6-7.
6-7 bullshit, this guy. So to me, I genuinely think the world building that Kirkman has been doing in the second compendium has been absolutely series defining to me personally. Like it's just solidifying how fantastic I think the world of Invincible is. I'm extremely interested to see where these characters go. I want to see where Invincible, Mark Grayson, his character arc ends, because he's at such a pivotal moment in the moment that I'm at in the comic. It's just such an interesting read. I love it very, very much. The action is so sick. You got cameos from other different Image books. Like, fucking dude, it's awesome. There's so many like bombastic fights. There's so many big scale fights that just happen in literal fucking space. Like, it's so fun. It's so sick. The characters are awesome. I love Omni-Man. I love Mark. I love fucking Dinosaurus, a character I didn't fucking give a shit about in the first compendium.
He's cool as shit.
Sick. I love Wolfman. I love Adam Eve. I love, dude, Monster Girl. I love Rex. Like, it's incredible. I really.
Speaking of goated Invincible characters, Hold on, I got to show you. So here on Saturday, I'm gonna go get some books signed. But one of the covers I'm getting signed here. That
Woo!
that boy
Yes,
Battle
sir.
Beast,
Dude, fucking
dude.
Battle Beast. So
The
hold
goat.
on, we gotta save our thoughts for Battle Beast because we
Okay.
got a whole different segment for what we're reading because I have read Battle Beast and I definitely want to talk about Battle Beast in this pod. But yeah, guys.
Okay.
So number 2, Invincible, fantastic. What can I say that hasn't already been said already? It's fucking great. Just go out and read it. There's only 3 compendiums. It's super easy to get into. It's fun. But without further ado, let's get into my third, which is a hard pick for me personally. And dude, I have to like like sit back and look at my
Yeah, I had to
comics.
do the same thing.
I gotta be honest, guys. Yeah, without a doubt, it's got to be Transformers by Daniel Warren Johnson. It's fucking peak Transformers. It's it's what I love about comics. It's what I love about stories. It's what I love about manga. It's what I love about video games. It has everything that speaks to me personally in a comic book. It has big bombastic fights. It has the scale. It's good versus evil. It's sick vehicles, sick cars, great soul in the comic. You can feel the emotion in some of these human characters. There's gore, there's human death, there's badass wrestling moves being performed on other like Transformers, dude. It's fantastic and it's very recent. So if you guys are interested in like getting into Transformers and stuff like that, there's an oversized hardcover that is on sale on Amazon. I'm not too sure if it's on sale anymore, but the oversized hardcover, yeah, hopefully. The oversized hardcover collects the first 12 issues of it. It's on issue 25. I think issue 25 might not be out yet. But
It comes out next month.
yeah, so issue 25 is coming out. It's on issue 24 currently. But you can get all half of the current series in that oversized hardcover. Do yourself a favor and just pick this up. It's awesome. It's fun. Optimus Prime has some real like emotional moments for being a robot from Cybertron. It's incredible, and I can't wait to see what Daniel. It's also another thing I want to throw out there. It's very impressive that you don't see too many comic creators do the art and the writing for it as well. Daniel Warren Johnson is the only guy that I have seen do the first, what is it, 7 issues of the series, something like 6, 7, 6, 7 again.
I think it is 6. I think he does it for the first like trades worth, and then
Oh, that's right.
Comes on
Yeah.
for issue 7, I think.
Yeah, so Jorge picks it up after issue, so he picks it up from 7 to 12, and it's still, or it's not even 7 to 12, 7 to 24. It almost matches his art in a way where you can't even notice the switch, but it's impressive that Daniel Warren Johnson can present to you such a heartfelt story, but it be robots. Like, how do they understand the emotion as humans do? And it conveys it so well. Like I said, do you guys yourselves a favor and go pick up that oversized hardcover on Amazon. It's a fucking great read, guys. If you guys do pick it up, let us know down in the comments. So yeah, that's my top 3. And it actually wasn't too hard to give them either. I genuinely love those 3 series that I just, they're fantastic. If I got to give an honorable mention, I really enjoy Batman by Matt Fraction. That single issue, the first issue, was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. So that's my honorable mention.
It up finally.
Did you read it yet?
I haven't read it. I picked it up though.
It's good, man. I think you'll like it a lot. It takes like you think it's gonna go one way, but it definitely just hits a hard left or a hard right, whatever you want to call it, and just kind of like you almost kind of get whiplash and how much of a different tone it kind of takes because you think Batman's gonna go in there and fucking do Batman things, but then he kind of takes it in more of like a. I'll just let you read it. It's really good. I genuinely think it's probably one of the best single issues I've ever read. Just talking single issues. It's very, very good. And its second issue is coming out, I think October 29th or October. Get on the hype train now and get into it because it's really, really good. And the art is fantastic as well.
Awesome.
So, all right, guys, moving on to our next segment. We want to talk about what we are currently reading and the stuff that we're genuinely enjoying. I know my boy Luke over here is going to talk about something killing the children.
Yes,
Yeah, man.
sir.
Yeah. So let me know what you've been reading, man. What have you been reading? How is that Wolverine? So on the pilot, if you guys didn't know, I'm sure you guys obviously you guys haven't seen the pilot episode because it was more or less like a test to see how this would work. But my boy Luke here has been reading um, the old school Wolverine from like the first omnibus all the way to what 5, 6?
I recently ordered Omnibus number 6 because I found it for a killer deal, but I have the first 5. Um, I finished Omni number 2, but I was taking a break because it's a lot to take in. You know
Yeah,
that's a fuck ton of Wolverine. So,
yeah,
but
for
yeah,
sure.
with Wolverine, I read the contents of the first Omni, and then I read all of the second one. Yeah, I mean that it's pretty cool. The first Omni, like everything within that first Omni, is damn near perfection. I would say.
Wow.
It's really fucking good. And it's old, but like I don't know, it just tells such a really cool story, and there's such a good characterization for Logan as a character. And especially, I don't know if you saw the trailer, bro, for that new Wolverine game,
Bro.
dude. If you're gonna play that, bro, you're gonna want to read this old school run because even in that trailer, there's some like callbacks to
Omega
the
Red.
well, Omega Red hasn't shown up yet, but
Oh, okay, okay.
one of the main areas in that game is going to be Madripoor, which is like this fictional island, this fictional country, and that's where a lot of this solo run for Wolverine takes place. And there's these characters in the trailer. He walks into this bar called the Princess Bar, and that's one of the main locations that it's like a hangout area for all the main characters in this run. So there's a plenty of callbacks. But yeah, I'm just familiarizing myself with like the Wolverine mythos outside of the X-Men because he kind of has his own shit going on and his own sort of rogues, his own kind of rogues gallery of villains and um, whatnot. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a ton of fun for everything in that first omnibus. The second omnibus does take a little bit of a dip in quality, I would say, but it was still enjoyable. Um, but I'm hoping that with this third omnibus, it starts to go back up in quality again because I'm able to see like on some Marvel omnibuses on the back they'll show you all of the covers of the issues that are included,
Mhm.
and so I'm able to see what's included in there, and it looks like it's going to be some good shit. So, yeah, I mean, regardless of if it's really great or not, it's more just for me because Wolverine's my favorite. So just
Mhm.
so I can say, yeah, I read all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
You have that trophy of reading all that
yeah, for sure.
classic. Yeah.
But yeah, no. If anything, the main takeaway is that those first like 10-ish to 10 issues of the original series, plus like the Weapon X story,
Yeah.
as well as the original like Claremont and Frank Miller like mini series.
Yeah.
Uh, if you just read those, like that's quintessential right there. It's good shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, me personally, I've read Weapon X. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was
Oh,
fun.
you did?
Yeah, I have the trade right here or
Is
the
that the deluxe?
deluxe. Yeah.
Hell yeah! I didn't know you read it.
Yeah, love it, dude. It was dope. I thought it was my only problem with it was I wish that it wasn't it sounds sweet. Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
dumb, but I wish there was less of dialogue from the scientists and more of inner, which I know Logan is like, out of his fucking mind during more than half of this story. But I kind of wish that there wasn't so much dialogue with the different scientists because it made it like almost confusing to read because each bubble was in a different color representing the different scientists that were talking. It was just kind of confusing, but it's always a treat to see Wolverine fuck up. There was like a bear he fought in this, if I remember correctly. I don't want to give too much away, but it's awesome, awesome. Just like
Well,
like you're saying, quintessential Wolverine.
with Weapon X, I don't know if you really looked at it this way, but a really great way of looking at that story is a found footage horror film.
It definitely gives that
where
vibe.
Wolverine is like the horror monster, and he's like sort of like picking off like a crew of people like in a slasher flick or something. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
it's basically a found footage horror film, and if you read
Yeah.
it with that in mind, it's kind of a whole new experience. It's really
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, because it definitely does give off that vibe because Logan has very little dialogue in this book because like he's very much sedated. They're using him as
He's
a
a
weapon.
monster.
Yeah, he's literally a fucking a freak of nature, which is yeah, he's something that you don't want to mess with, but it's a fantastic story and like you're saying, quintessential Wolverine. It's fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
So
But
what
what
about
have
what else? No, what else have you been reading? Is that all you've been reading besides Something is Killing the Children and Wolverine?
um I mean, so no, actually I went and I reread this from the beginning, I think, but I have Seven to Eternity by Rick Remender. Um, I read the first volume of it and I really enjoyed it, so I sold that and then I ended up picking up this compendium. They call it a compendium, but it's really thin. It's only
Hmm.
like it's only 17 issues, but I don't know why they call it a compendium and not just like deluxe edition or something, but
Yeah.
because this is come on now, this is not a compendium,
Yeah,
but
no, for sure.
yeah, no, this is really cool. It's got some great art in it. It's I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. It's this fantasy world where I mean, it's high fantasy, so it's like this brand new world. It's got this whole magic system, but there's this king, this evil king, and he's able to see into your mind and know what like your heart truly desires, and
Hmm.
he'll do what he calls a whisper, and he'll make you an offer. And if you hear his offer, because he knows what you truly desire, like deep down, it'll be like impossible to resist. And if you hear him like his whisper, it corrupts your soul and like basically turns you into like he can control you pretty much if you do what
Yeah.
he tells you to do. So he basically corrupts this entire kingdom, and there's very few people left who haven't heard what they call him the Mud King, that you who haven't heard his whispers. And you follow this character whose dad is known as like the betrayer. So like everybody hates his family, and you come to learn why. But he is kind of like almost a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of like found family crew that gets put together of like the last remaining. I forget what they call them. They're like Mosac, I think they're called. They're basically these people with different magical abilities. Um, and he they're basically trying to transport him. They capture the king and try to transport him to this area to where they can undo the spell, I guess. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a confusing read. I won't lie, but I really enjoyed it. If you wanted
Yeah.
to check it out,
So is
it's
it all collected in that quote unquote compendium or is there more?
oh no, yeah, it's all here. Um, hold on one second. I'm gonna put this phone on the charger. Yeah, no, it's just the 17 issues
Yeah.
collected here. It's not a long read whatsoever.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool, man. It sounds like a Boulder's Gate D&D book type story to be completely
Well,
honest with you.
let me show you. He has a cool power too. Like his power is that he can. This is the main character right here.
He
He's
looks like
got this
Reed Richards.
kind of. He's got this gun, like a rifle, and he's able to commune with the dead. And so he had it shoots like what he calls nails. They're like bullets, but they're actual like nails. And he's able to take a person, like a dead person, and like trap their soul within like the bullet and shoot
Yeah.
like soul bullets or some
Oh,
shit.
that's
Like
pretty dope. Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
sick. It's out there, but no, it's
Yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So
I mean, if anyone out there has read East of West, it's out there. It's real out there. Uh so anyway, with him what my boy Luke has been reading, I guess we can move on to what I've been reading as well.
yeah,
Um
for sure.
what haven't I been reading? to be completely honest. I've been reading a lot of ongoing comics, a lot of the new comic book day. I've read Batman, Deadpool, read the new Batman issue. I'm almost around to Absolute Batman. I've been reading Skinbreaker, Viking Moon.
Oh,
So,
Absolute Batman, dude. I can't wait for you to hop into that.
dude, I was probably gonna read that after this. To be honest, I
Do it, bro.
cannot wait to fucking get into it. I was happy that they reprinted the first issue for Batman Day,
Did
but
you get it for free?
no, it was a $3 book.
Okay, I know some shops they were giving away some of like the Batman Day issues for free. So I got that reprint and they just gave it to me. So
Oh, sweet.
I didn't know if your shop did that or not.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't mind spending $3 for a quality book, and $3
Oh
is
yeah.
like a fucking steal compared to like some of the new single issues that are coming out. But
Yeah.
let's move aside single issues because we could sit here all day and talk about all the ongoing shit that I'm reading. We could talk about the stuff that I'm currently in the middle of, which is 3 series. I'm obviously in the middle of Invincible. I'm about to get to the 3rd compendium. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyable. Like I gushed about it earlier. I had not really too much else to say. I'm in a very like pivotal moment in the story. It feels like, and I cannot wait to see where it goes. I feel like some crazy shit's about to go down. I feel like, not really. I don't really feel like a lot of crazy shit's about to go down, but I'm very interested in the interconnected relationships with Duplicate, whatever the other what the Immortal is his name.
Oh yeah.
Mark, Adam Eve, Monster Girl Rex, which is Robot.
Which that whole subplot, dude, is insane. With the Monster Girl storyline.
Yeah. I'm excited to see where it goes.
So real quick, where are you at with their like story?
So they were emperors of a Flaxian empire for 12 years. I don't really it's not that I don't remember. I guess I just didn't understand. But they just came back from another like dimension where they were rulers of the Flaxian Empire for 12 years. But Monster Girl looks hot as fuck. She's like 30 or something, like super fucking not a kid anymore. And then same thing with Robot / Rex as well. He looks like a full-blown adult. They both do. And she's like, they broke up, I guess, and she's kind of like talking to like some of the other Guardians of the Globe like members, and yeah, it's just kind of awkward between their like relationship because they're like, she's telling him, hey, I'm not really sleeping with anyone, and then Robot's like, I don't care. It's kind of awkward, but there really hasn't been much development other than we know that they were a ruler of a Flaxian Empire for 12 years. And they came back.
Well, okay. They at some point you'll see what actually went down while they were gone, and yeah. All I'm gonna say is, from like what's been explained about the Flaxians, time works differently over there. Time goes much faster, and so they say they were there for 12 years. That might not be true. That's all I'll say. But yeah, no, it's fucking wild. Once I forget, like it's been so long since I've read it, but once you get into the part where they explain what happened and you see like what happened while they were there, bro, fucking it's
awesome,
peak, dude.
Yeah, man, it's dope because like I went from liking Mark and Omni-Man, from literally liking the plethora of heroes and even the villains. I just want to see where the stories go, and I'm like, I'm starting to get that feeling that I used to feel with manga, where I'm like, fuck, dude, I have one more book left. Like,
yeah,
this sucks, man. I want more. Like, what? Like, fuck, where's it gonna go? I'm starting to get those like anxious feelings of like, fuck, man. Well, this is coming to an end, man. I hope it's good. Which I know it. Yeah. I know it's gonna be great. I know it's gonna be grand. Yeah, Invincible. That's what I've been currently reading, like day to day. But we can move on to the second book that I'm reading, which is compiled in one compendium. It's East of West. And so far, I have been enjoying it. I do have my certain gripes with it. Because if you guys don't know, Jonathan Hickman, he's done a ton of other stuff. I'm assuming, but the stuff that I have read from him is his Fantastic Four run, where he split it into the Future Foundation and the Fantastic Four, with a very pivotal moment in Fantastic Four, which is great. I loved his run on it, but it was extremely confusing for a Fantastic Four story. You got like fucking people coming from the future to warn them, and you're kind of like, what the fuck is that? And then it all comes full circle. And I know that Jonathan Hickman's writing is supposed to be confusing. I know it's supposed to be like something where you're just strapped on his ride and he's going to take you somewhere, but you'll know at the end of it where it all started and why he did what he did. And his books, in my opinion, which I've only read his run of Fantastic Four and a little less than half of East of West, it just seems like one of those things where you just got to strap in for the ride and just let him do what he got to do, what he's going to tell you, let him present his story the way he wants it. And to me, not really a big fan of how confusing his stories can be. Personally, like East of West starts off with a group of characters, Death, Crow, Wolf, and they're very compelling. You're very interested in Death. You're very interested in his motivation, because he's searching for these people, these two people in particular. And it's a story. And the thing that I wish about East of West is that it followed Death and his crew. Yes, it does, but it's more or less like you were telling me this comparison, Luke. It's more of like Game of Thrones, where it's almost like you're following. So in this story, you got 7 nations of America, and they're all split up into 7 different like sections of America,
like different factions almost.
Different factions, and they all like meet up and conjoint their minds together to make decisions and stuff like that. And you can tell that there's inner beef between different nations and stuff like that, different factions rather. And I've never been a fan of political like stories. Like Final Fantasy 16 is like a perfect example, because it's very like, it's a great like world, but it just focuses too much on the inner politics between certain armies versus another army, but they're being drug into another like conflict with another faction. It's kind of like in the world of East to West, I wish it just really stuck with Death, Wolf, and Crow on their adventures to try to find Death's, people. Not people, but if you've read it, you know what I mean. His family, exactly. He's looking for his wife and he's looking for his son. And I just wish Hickman would just focus on them. And he doesn't. And he's kind of just telling you this story about the failed world that we've created, and it was our fault. And it's interesting. It's very interesting, but I guess I'm looking at it wrong. I really am just wanting Death, man. I love the parts with Death a lot. Like there's a Texas Ranger, Texas warrior that represents the Texas Republic, which is its own very faction in America in this story. And there's a scene where they throw down, and it's one of the best parts in the book, in my opinion. Very fantastic art, very because at its core, East of West is like, to me personally, it's like a cyberpunk world meets a Western like character-driven character. And there's a lot of different elements to the story. You got you got your 4 horsemen, which is missing one of them. Now they're known as the 3 horsemen that roam the world, and they're looking for their fallen. I'm not going to spoil it, but they're looking for their other horseman that is dipped. And it's great. I think it's just I just want to know more about Death and his crew, because they're such an interesting bunch of characters. And it's not like my favorite. And I think Jonathan Hickman's writing is kind of holding me back from really loving it. But I know, like I said earlier, Hickman wants you to just strap in for his ride, and he's going to show you everything he wants to show you before you kind of get that payoff, I guess, that you're looking for in the book. With that being said, I know I've been harping on it a little bit. I do enjoy it. I think it's a great atmospheric read. It's very, very atmospheric. You really feel like you're teleported into his world because it's so out there. You got your white tower, you got your black tower, and it's out there. It's really out there. You got your badass gunslinger Death rolling around these like Western cyberpunk areas, and those parts to me are very enjoyable. So yeah, it's not that I don't like it. I just kind of let me finish it, and then I'll give definitely like a definitive like feeling on how I feel about it. To me, it's personally worth going through it. I don't think I'm not gonna drop it by any means. It's not, I'm not saying it's bad to where you should drop it or want to drop it. I think it's really good, and I think I want to finish all the story through because that's the way Hickman's writing is from what I can tell from what of Hickman's books I've read. Yeah, what do you think about that? Do you think what I said is a little is true? What is your thoughts on East of West?
I mean, I really like East of West. I mean, I was the one that told you to get it.
Yeah.
I think that you're absolutely right, and maybe having finished the series and it being really awesome and the finale being really sick. I was looking back at the series with rose tinted glasses, and maybe I failed to remember just how, like I said, how confusing it is sometimes. Um, I do think a lot of the political intrigue can be kind of dragging at some points, and you definitely want to get to like those uh, big action moments. But I mean, as somebody who's read quite a bit of books, like I've read the Game of Thrones books, I've read, Saxon Tales books. Like I'm familiar with like court politics in like a fantasy setting, so I understand that those quiet political moments, like interpersonal dialogue and the conniving, like in the shadows, like
Mm-hmm.
making deals and with other leaders and stuff, stabbing each other in
Yeah.
the back. It's not like big action moments, but I guess I'm familiar with it enough to where I know that it's necessary, and it's all part of like a greater plot that's happening. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
necessary part of the story.
Yeah.
But I mean, I recognize that that's not for everybody. Um, but yeah, definitely the parts with Death and like I forget the names, but the Texas Ranger guy, Wolf, Crow, they're all badass, dude. Bell
Yeah.
Solomon is also pretty cool.
Yeah. Bell
Uh,
Solomon is dope. Yeah.
it's well because like he kind of
Xiaolin is dope as well, which is
oh
Death's
yeah,
wife. Yeah, she's a cool character.
and she has her own like war that she's waging.
Yeah.
Like she has her own shit going on. She's really fucking cool. And what
Yeah.
you'll see there's some parts where like they'll have like assassins sent after her, and she just murks them. Like
Yeah.
it's not even close. Like she's badass. And um, fucking what's his name? Balloon and
Babylon.
Babylon. Yeah. Uh, their whole dynamic is really cool.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, no, it's just a really interesting story, and I absolutely agree. You just have to kind of see where it goes.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things too, where it's like, as a reader, it's really hard to kind of let the author take you on that ride. You want to know the answers right away, but it's just one of those things where you have to trust the process and kind of let it do its thing. And even by the end, not all of your questions will be answered. It's very
Yeah.
open ended. It's very, I would say it's kind of an artsy kind of series where
Mm.
it's out there, man. You're not gonna
Yeah.
have all your questions answered. It's gonna be confusing up until the very end, but you'll have a lot of your questions answered, I would hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but not everything. And again, it's just more about that atmosphere, that vibe. Nobody, I would say nobody plays Dark Souls for the story. You're there for the fucking like the world and like the enemies that you run into, this like gritty
Yeah.
fantasy. Like nobody really knows the story unless you're really out here reading.
Really.
reading the item descriptions for every little
Yes,
thing you pick up. You know what I mean? It's just you're there for the experience and the world
the
that you're
ride.
put in. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure,
Same
man.
same thing with like Blame from or like Blame the manga Sutoma Nihei, a
Mm,
lot of his stuff uh which is actually a big inspiration for Nick Dragotta, the artist. He took a lot of inspiration from Tsutomu Nihei when he was creating this world with like those big mega structures and stuff.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Um,
Yeah, now that I think about it, it definitely does give those Blam vibes. Like because Blam is like damn near no dialogue. It's
yeah,
just a
it's
lot of
all
beautiful set pieces.
yeah. Same with that, right? Like whether that be you're reading Blam or Blam, I don't know what it's
Yeah,
called,
whatever.
but
Yeah.
or Abara, which I've read. Abara is really fucking awesome, but
Mhm.
there's virtually no like story there. Like there's shit happening, but like there's nothing really actually happening. It's just cool
Yeah.
shit on the page that you're looking at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And
for sure.
if you take a step back and just kind of sit down and enjoy it for what it is, and not think too hard, and not be thirsting for answers the entire time, it becomes a little bit more enjoyable. You just kind
Yeah.
of gotta accept it for what it is.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't want to stray anyone away from picking up East to West. I think if the problems that I have with it might be what you find extremely intriguing about it. I feel like if you're into like political intrigue, if you're into westerns, if you're into out there stories, East of West is
Yeah,
for you. Even if one of those things isn't for you, I genuinely think there's something in East of West for everyone. Um, and just go into it knowing that Hickman has a very confusing way of telling his stories. It's not so straightforward. And I know what you guys are probably thinking. Well, if you don't like the politics, why don't you just read an action comic like Transformers? Well, I understand. It's just I'm a new comic reader, so I could understand why I feel like I understand why I have the feelings with it the way I do. But yeah, I don't take it that I don't like the series. I do. I like it. It's just Hickman's writing style is not for like a person like me. Even though I can vibe with his writing style. Uh, yeah, don't let it stray away. It's a great story, with a lot of moving parts to it. That I think there's something for everyone in it.
yeah, for sure.
So if we can move on to my third book that I'm in the middle of. Uh, I'm in the middle of Preacher by Garth Ennis.
Oh yeah, I
Done.
forgot you're still reading that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I haven't read for a minute, but I kind of left off in like a arc ender in a way. But it's produced by DC Vertigo, the Vertigo line, which is known for making its crazy, out there kind of stories. It's a story about this guy where he is a preacher and he gets possessed by this like I don't want to even give it away because it's so out there and it's so like what the fuck whatever you finally get to know. Let's just say he gets possessed by this being that gives him the word of God, and the word of God allows like the person that has it to he could tell anyone to do anything and they have to do it to a literal T. So as specific as he gets, they do that very, very specifically. It's a very like biblical like story. It's weird. It's out there. There's a lot of it's very raunchy, like very, very raunchy. I could definitely see people not enjoying this because it's out there. It's weird. It's vulgar. But
It's 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 very offensive.
it's
Like
very,
I mean,
very
as
offensive.
a Christian myself and watching the show, it's kind of like I mean, I enjoy it. I take it as like a piece of art. I don't agree with
Yeah.
it, but like some of the parts in it, I'm like, damn, like
Yikes.
that's rough.
Yeah,
So if
there's a lot of yikes moments in it, like a lot. And
yeah,
if you've read The Boys by Garth Ennis as well, you know what you're getting into. It's very, very weird, very out there. It's not something that I could recommend to a new comic reader by any means. But if you're into kind of like out there stories, a lot more out there than East of West, I would say.
You
Um,
think? I would say it's equally as out there, just in a different
I,
way.
yeah, definitely. It takes a yeah, it's definitely different, but I would say just as out there as East of West. But
Yeah.
it's about this preacher that has been possessed by this being that gives him the word of God, and the preacher, which is named God, what the hell is his name?
Jesse Custer.
Yeah, Jesse Custer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jesse Custer wants to find because in heaven, God is missing, and the angels don't want the humans to find out about it. And eventually gets to Jesse Custer, and he wants to find God and make him answer for all of the wrongdoings and all the abandonment that he's put people through, which is it's kind of like you're saying offensive, and it's very out there. But I gotta say, man, like you were saying, like you watched the show and you're like, you might not agree with a lot of it, but you're taking it as a piece of art. And I'm definitely taking it that way because I'm thoroughly enjoying it, man. I really, really like it. The Saint of Killers, I
I was
love.
about to bring him up, dude.
Yeah, man,
He's
he's
badass.
fucking great. He's like immortal. Like you cannot even touch him. Like, dude, there. Yeah, I love. Um, God, why am I blanking on all the characters' names? The vampire. What's the vampire's name?
Cassidy.
Yeah, Cassidy. Cassidy and Tulip. Like, I love all the like Tulip, which is Jesse Custer's like girl. I love all the supporting characters. Cassidy is honestly probably my favorite behind Jesse Custer because Jesse Custer is the main character. He's my favorite.
Cassidy's
Um,
awesome though.
Cassidy is sick, man. I love Cassidy's just that that what is he, British?
He's Irish.
He's Irish. Yeah, he's that Irish motherfucker, man. He's just he loves to drink, loves to smoke, but he can't see that sunlight, man, or he'll die. But yeah, it's such a cool like offensive story, kind of like The Boys is, man. Like if you like The Boys, nothing, not saying you're a psycho or anything. It's just you enjoy what you enjoy, man. And I'm like I said, I'm thoroughly enjoying Preacher. I cannot wait to see where the story goes. Um, I think kind of like what we were talking about earlier with something kills the children. Something is killing the children. I think why I'm vibing with it so much and why I'm enjoying it so much is because it's bringing something completely different to the table of comic books for me personally. Like I've never read anything like it, much less I think I will ever read anything like it. It's very, very out there, and it has like a unlike The Boys, where I genuinely just did not like The Boys. I dropped it after the second book. Um, I think there's a lot of intrigue to the story Garth Ennis is trying to tell, and I think it very, very much. I own all of it, and I very much want to continue. Unlike The Boys, it just has the hook of it is very interesting because you just want to see this mortal human Jesse Custer go after God, and you want to see what the confrontation would look like. This is how I feel about it personally. I don't know if you've read it or you've had this experience yourself, but I genuinely just want to see the confrontation between God and Jesse Custer and all the shenanigans that the team gets into between that. Very interesting. I really am enjoying it. I need to continue it because I haven't read it in a while, like a couple weeks actually. I've just been so sucked into Invincible in that world.
Oh yeah, for
Um,
sure.
Speaking of Invincible and that world, Battle Beast, man. The first issue of Battle Beast, dude, I gotta say, why do I enjoy? Why was this the most enjoyable book out of my new pulls, dude? Like we had some bangers, man. We had Skinbreaker, Viking Moon, Spider-Man and Wolverine issue number 5. We had The Thing issue number 5, and then out of nowhere, I just there's the 5th printing of Battle Beast, and I picked it up on a whim, and bro, I like need to see where this series goes, dude. Battle Beast was already one of the coolest, like quote unquote, like hero slash villains in Invincible for me, and just to see that he has his entire own series revolving around his story, which is quote unquote like a Goku story, where he just wants to find the most formidable like warrior and he wants to have a formidable death because he's just the battle beast. You know what I mean? He comes from a planet where it was just a battle planet where everyone was just killing everyone, and he succeeded in winning on his planet, and he just took off on a spaceship, and the spaceship had an AI, and the AI was telling him that, hey man, I will find you the most formidable enemy if you allow me to just take you these different places. Well, Battle Beast gets taken to this planet, and he fights this quote unquote formidable enemy. And turns out that guy wasn't so formidable because Battle Beast absolutely shits on that guy,
Yeah,
makes
he's that
quick
guy.
work of him. Yeah, he's just that guy, dude. And like, he doesn't even need that sword to whoop some ass. You just fucking get his fist, you get his fucking forehead where he fucking can headbutt you. He'll bite you. He'll rip your arm off and use it as a weapon. Like, he's the man. And I fucking genuinely can't wait to see where this series goes because Kirkman, Ryan Ollie on the art, you can't get any better than it, man. It's just an extension of the Invincible universe. I know there's been like a Guardians of the Globe little run that they had. I know there's been like a couple Adam Eve issues that they've had, but Battle Beast is like a perfect extension of the Invincible universe that I just can't believe how much I enjoyed it. In a week where I had some banger books, like Viking Moon was my pick of the week.
Yeah,
But Battle Beast might just have to take that pick of the week for me personally, but I can't because it's not new; it's a back issue. Um,
right.
but if I really had to pick my favorite book, not including back issues or new issues, Battle Beast issue number 1 was my favorite this week. And I know that's probably coming with some recency bias from reading Invincible itself proper, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Have you read any Battle Beast?
I've read the first 2 or 3 issues of it. I did end up dropping it because I was like, I don't know. I'm picky when it comes to picking up new releases and like single issues. Like I'll
Yeah,
usually tap into like a few issues, uh, and then get out of it and just wait for the trade because I mainly collect like and read through collected editions. So I'll usually use single issues as a way to test out a series and see if I like it,
yeah.
unless it's something like I really fucking like. Because stuff like Bug Wars or Absolute Batman, like those are must-haves for me.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, with Battle Beast, like I read the first few issues and I knew I was gonna like it. I love Battle Beast, so I ended up dropping it, and I'm just waiting for the trade, which comes out either next month or in November or something. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's just it's super gory. I love some like comic book gore, like just like high octane, like ripping motherfuckers in half. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I love about Ryan Otley's art, is it's just so visceral, and so bloody. And yeah, Battle Beast is just that.
Yeah, for sure. I read the closer, like the closing comments from
Oh yeah.
Kirkman on
Which, by
Battle
the way,
Beast.
those are really awesome. Because he has some really good. I don't know if you've read Blood and Thunder. It's another newer Image book,
No, I
but
haven't.
it's like it's co-created by Kirkman. Like it's not being written by him, but the story was co-created, and he has some really awesome remarks. Like I love reading what Kirkman
Mhm.
has to say in in the back of the issues. But I'll let you continue. I just wanted to put that out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. So I read the closing thoughts on Battle Beast, and the way he described it was you're gonna see this series turn from like a sci-fi to a sci-fi slash horror to a sci-fi slash um, fantasy within the span of like 6 issues. So already with issue number 1, the way the like quote unquote enemy looks, like the first beast that Battle Beast goes after, looks absolutely menacing, terrifying, cosmic horror type shit. Fucking incredible. And I genuinely just can't, like, I Kirkman knows what he's doing, man. He's been in this Invincible world for 22 years, so he definitely knows what he's doing. He's gonna keep bringing the big bombastic fights that were Invincible into Battle Beast, and I just want to see this character and where he goes. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it.
Yeah, man. Battle Beast is fucking dope. I can't wait for more of it, honestly. Yeah, it's just really cool to see Ryan Otley back because he hasn't worked on much, I don't think, in a few years. Like as far as like interiors, I could be absolutely wrong, but I think the last thing he worked on really was the Hulk run he did with Donnie Cates back in like I think that was 2022 or 2023. Which
Yeah.
I just recently read that too. I forgot to mention that, which was that was pretty sick. But yeah, no, his art is fantastic. I love seeing him back.
Yeah, like Kirkman even said in his closing comments that he was like, "Hey man, what about that Otley art, man? That Otley art is always a treat to look at." So yeah, it's just super cool, which is a pretty awesome, pretty cool segue to our next segment of the show. What we're most excited to be reading, like what we're excited for to come out. Maybe not even come out. Maybe we're just excited to read something that we've already collected.
For
So
sure.
yeah, I'll let you open up with this. What are you most excited for to read? What are you either ongoing? What you've already collected? If there's any like trades, oversized hardcovers, omnibuses, compendiums, is there anything you're looking forward to?
Yeah, dude, for sure. I mean, well, I'm not finished with it yet, but blazing through something is killing the children. Can't wait to continue with that and
Mm-hmm.
see how where that takes me. Because it seems like this second big arc that I'm in is going to be insane. There's a huge major antagonist that was just introduced. I won't go any further than that, but it's going to be fucking wild.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
there's that. I just recently got a new issue in. I got Void Rivals volume 3. I haven't read this yet. I've been making my way through Void Rivals. I'm still kind of iffy on it. It's interesting. This Energon stuff is interesting, but yeah, I'm interested in reading that. Um, what else? I mean, maybe if you want to talk about it soon, I don't know. We'll get to it eventually, but hopefully tapping into Berserk here in the next little while.
Yeah,
We'll come back around to that one.
yeah. We
Uh,
have a whole segment of the show where we could we'll be bringing that up here in a little bit. Don't worry about that.
for sure. But yeah, I mean, I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm really excited to read. Void Rivals, I got Hellboy here that I'm gonna read hopefully sometime this fall. Let's see, Uncanny X Force, another Rick Remender series. It's got all my favorite mutants in it: Wolverine, Deadpool,
Yeah,
Phantom
Deadpool's in
X.
there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Psylocke. Just on
Ooh,
this really
nice.
cool X Men kind of team, except it's more brutal and violent because they're doing like imagine like X Men, but like the Spec Ops shit. Like
Yeah, yeah, like the down and dirty team.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, there's a handful of series and stuff that I have. I just haven't gotten around to yet. But I'm for as much as one thing I'm really proud of myself for is for as much of comics as I buy, as much money as I spend all the time, at least I'm reading. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
I'm not just buying it to have it sit on my shelf. Like I'm actually reading the shit that I'm buying. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get to it in no time.
yeah. Like to your point, that is definitely something that I have fallen victim to. It's well, not with comics. I've been great on reading what I'm buying, and but with manga, man, I really, really made the mistake of like I've probably read like a little under like 40% of my entire collection. Like I have a lot of money that I just put into these books that's literally just sitting there.
Yeah,
Which is nice because it's nice to just have a library of stuff where you're like, yo, I'm feeling like reading a Viking story. Let me throw on Vinland Saga. I'm feeling like reading a medieval Dark Souls type of story. Let me throw on Berserk. Or I'm feeling like reading a pirate adventure. Let me throw on some One Piece. You know what I mean? So like it's nice to have that there, but it is definitely something that you guys need to just nip in the bud right away. What you buy, I'm not telling you guys you need to do what you need to do with your money, but like it would save you a lot of money and a lot of time if you didn't have FOMO and you just read what you bought. Because I fall victim to it. I spend thousands of dollars on this collection, and it's just sitting here, and it's depreciated in value, sadly. But I'm not making that mistake with comic books. But anyway, what else? Is that all you've been excited to read?
I mean, as far as like the near future, as far as like single issues that are coming out, really hype for Absolute Batman. I mean, we're nearing the end of this Bane arc, which has just been wild.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. As I've
next,
heard, man, I heard it's nuts.
bro, it's been fantastic. And next issue we get some more Catwoman for like the first introduction. Well, like this past issue that just came out a couple of weeks ago, we got the introduction of Catwoman, so we get to see more of her uh, in the next issue. And I think there's two more issues left of this Bane arc, and then we finally get into like the Joker arc, which I don't know if you saw
Yes.
the reveals for
I haven't. I
Joker,
haven't seen what he looks like. I don't want to know. I'm
bro.
staying away from it. But I have seen. Wait a second. Is Joker that screenshot that I've been seeing going around? Because I thought this was the Riddler. Because I know they've revealed like the Riddler. Maybe not. I don't know. By the way you're looking, it might not be. But he's like the guy with like the goggles on with the
No,
syringe. That's not. Is
no,
that the Joker?
no, that's Riddler.
Oh, that's Riddler. Okay, for sure.
Yeah,
So yeah,
with like the weird brain helmet thing
yeah,
with the
and like the
goggles.
goggles and the syringe and shit. That's the screenshot I've been seeing going around. So that's not the Joker.
No, that's Riddler.
That's Riddler. Okay, cool. Which is like I hear that a lot of the villains are like kind of like not completely, but like twisted, shifted a little bit, kind of like Michael Bendis's Ultimate Spider-Man with all of his different like
Well,
takes on the villains and shit.
it's like that, but even more so.
Even more.
I yeah, yeah. Absolute Batman's fucking twisted, dude. That shit
Yeah,
is hype, bro. And
yeah, I'm excited.
we just got the look because it's on the cover for the new issue that comes out. I think in December, issue 15. We got like look at Joker, what like his real true form looks like on the cover, bro. It's fucking raps, dude.
Yeah.
It, it's insane.
Oh
I
fuck,
can't
dude,
wait
this
for
guy kills
Absolute
me.
Batman. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff coming out from that world. They've got the annual, but which is being done by Daniel Warren Johnson, coming out in October,
I'm
and then they
picking that
have,
one up for sure.
dude, it's gonna be hype. Apparently,
I'm
it's
definitely
him
picking that up.
It's like him. It's like Absolute Batman fighting Klansmen or something. Like,
Oh
yeah, just like,
shit,
and
sick.
dude, I don't know if you've seen the cover, but it's like a bunch of like KKK members, like with pitchforks and like torches, and Batman's just sitting there holding his axe, like giant
Oh
axe, like
my god.
he's about to go
Fuck.
crazy. It looks sick.
Dog. Yo. I need this book. I need this book. Like I said, I already picked up issue 1. But I know annuals are kind of like within obviously the same continuity of that run, but they're kind of
I
like separate stories in a way.
I think this Daniel Warren Johnson story is gonna be kind of like a year one kind of story. So like it's a
Oh, okay. So like
flashback
year
for
one of absolute Batman in his first year of being,
Batman.
absolute Batman. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I'm definitely in for that one for sure.
And there's another one coming out, I think, in either November or December called the Arkham Special, which is supposed to be like a horror like set within Absolute Batman. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I mean it's Absolute Batman. I'm gonna pick it up.
Already,
But
man, the absolute Batman looks like horror rooted already. Like
absolutely,
I've seen some screenshots of Killer Croc. Fucking nightmare fuel, dude. Absolute
yeah.
nightmare fuel.
That's what I'm loving about this is Scott Snyder is taking um a very horror spin on Batman. It's all very like body horror type
Yeah.
stuff. There's a lot of grotesque imagery, and if you like the art in East of West, Nick Dragotta is on Absolute Batman, same artist as East of
Oh,
West.
is it really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't know. I love the art in East of West. I think it's great. I did not know
Yes,
he did the art on that. That's crazy.
yeah, same
I
dude.
guess I just never noticed.
But yeah, dude, you got to
Yeah,
tap
that's
in.
cool. Yeah, for sure. So I guess we can move into what I am most excited for. So speaking of like body horror, uh, I know you're a massive fan of Hulk. So am I. And I know that the immortal, or is it Immortal Hulk that's ongoing right now with like it's like the body morph,
Uh,
like kind of horror.
No, Immortal Hulk came before this one. The one that's out right now is just another Incredible Hulk, but
Oh, okay, so it's called Incredible Hulk.
but the one I assume you're talking about the one that's about to come out.
Yeah, the Infernal
Infernal
Hulk.
Hulk. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. So I seen this. I'm reading my issues this morning because I picked up such a fast stack of single issues. I haven't had enough time to read through every single one of them. So today I was reading through. I want to say it was The Thing issue number 5. It's the finale of that miniseries, which was fantastic, by the way. Um, yeah, it was really really good. I really thought it ended really good. It kind of like, dude, was like almost like a tear. It almost pulled a few tears out of me at the end. It really was good. I loved it. But as an advertisement, they showed the Infernal Hulk issue number 1, where he's like Gray Hulk, and he's holding like this fucking human body that's ripped in half. I was like, is
Bro, I did
this?
not know that.
Yeah, I was like, is this like the Incredible Hulk, like issue number 26 or 27? I was like, no, it says issue 1. So I looked it up. Yeah, sure enough, you got a new series of the Infernal Hulk coming out in October, which looks fucking awesome just by the front cover alone. I'm already in. I'm a big Hulk fan. Don't own any comics of Hulk. I do want to eventually, but that just seems like a great entry point for. I mean, there's not really, like, to me personally. I don't know if you have a different opinion on this, but like Hulk to me is a character that you could just hop in with an issue 1 of one of his different series and just kind of enjoy it.
Yeah,
What do you
I
what do
mean,
you what are your thoughts on that?
I think with the modern Hulk, that might not be the case. Uh, I mean, I'm not sure. I definitely think, especially as like the Hulk as a character is transitioned into almost like this more psychological character, because I feel like when the Hulk was originally a character, or maybe this is just my perception and I'm wrong, but it just felt like Hulk is Bruce Banner when he gets angry, right? But
Yeah,
that's not necessarily the case. Like, and they've dealt with this a lot more in, as they've gone on with the Hulk mythos. But Bruce Banner has basically got multiple personality disorder, so that's why you have all of these different kind of Hulks. Your Gray Hulk, your like the big green Hulk that you know, but the Hulk himself is his own personality aside from Bruce Banner, and they're basically fighting for control over this body. Like the
yeah.
Hulk isn't Banner when he gets angry. It's his own dude. You know
It's
what I
his
mean?
own. It's his own entity, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
And
wow, that's
they
interesting. I did
they
not know
play
that.
a lot more around with that as Hulk stories go on, and then they've even added recently. I feel like this level of horror, like this body horror aspect. So Hulk has become more complex over time. But I think as they've played more into like the body horror aspect, especially, I think you'd be best starting off with Immortal Hulk. If you do read the newer Hulk run, like the newer Incredible Hulk by Philip Kennedy Johnson, you would want to
Mhm.
start at the beginning. I personally would not start with Infernal Hulk from issue 1, because this is kind of like playing directly off of this recent arc like this recent run that's going on right now. You know,
Mm.
I wouldn't get into Infernal Hulk straight up. I would read at least what's been happening over the last, I think they're in like what, 25 issues or something like that.
Yeah, like 26, 27, something like that.
I would read this run at least before
Before
hopping
that.
into. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I did not know that it was like kind of like a segue from the Incredible Hulk to the Infernal Hulk.
It's the same creative team.
Oh, it is. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's just kind of
it's
like splitting into
just
two
part
different
2.
series. Oh, it's
Yeah,
part
yeah.
2. So has the Incredible Hulk run ended and is carrying on with the Infernal Hulk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if the most recent issue was the last issue or if there's one more. I'm not 100% sure, but it's basically carrying directly over into Infernal Hulk. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. I did not know that. Yeah, well, that's cool. It kind of is cool for me because instead of just reading one issue and just kind of being like, oh man, I can't wait for the next month to get the next issue, I can kind of just hop in with the Incredible Hulk, and I have 2 years worth of material to read, which is dope. I'm sure there's probably trades out for it, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. I think
Yes.
there's a few out. Like there's a handful of trades from that run.
Yeah. So yeah, that sounds like a good time. So I guess we could switch mine from Infernal Hulk to Incredible Hulk. Um, moving on, I really cannot wait for a Skinbreaker, man. I really want this. I want the whole series now, and it sucks because like we were talking about earlier, the closing thoughts by Kirkman are always just a treat at the end because he reveals that this is a story he's been working on since 2017. It's been a story
Yeah,
that he has always wanted to make, and he finally teamed up with I'm forgetting the second co-creator of it as
David
well.
Finch.
Yeah, David Finch, correct. And yeah, it's a. I think I liked it a little more than you did, Luke. But
Yeah,
I definitely thought it was fucking awesome. I can't wait to see where it goes. And it's just sad that it's only 8 issues. But with Bug Wars, I'm assuming the creator, even Geiger, only had a plan for 5 issues, right, for both, or 5 or 6 or
yeah.
something like that. And it was so popular that they ended up extending it. So let's hope that they can do that with Skinbreaker, but I don't think he will because if he doesn't, because at the closing thoughts of The Walking Dead, he had a lot more for the series after the fourth compendium, but he said he felt like it was filler. He said it felt like he didn't, contribute much to the story where the last like previous 4 compendiums did. So I kind of feel like Robert Kirkman is going to be, you know what? I have a story to tell within 8 issues, and this is the story. I don't have anything else. This is what I want to present to the reader. And you know what? I don't mind that. I think 8 issues can get a lot across. I think you can get your point across in 8 issues for sure. But it's very anticipated for me. Very, very. The art is like a showpiece in that single book. It's very, very beautiful. The coloring as well is probably some of my favorite coloring alongside Invincible. I think Invincible's coloring is fantastic, but Skinbreaker's coloring was really, really like one of the standout pieces of that book. um Not really much else to say. Another series that I'm really looking forward to reading is Viking Moon, which was my pick of the week, personally. I know you haven't read this, Luke, but I know
I
you're
have it.
interested in it. It's awesome. And I feel like this is a book where you read it and you do want to read the closing thoughts by the creator because he
Okay.
gives you a lot of insight to not so much the story he's wanting to tell, but like the world. Um, and it's kind of hard to talk about it without giving some of the plot points away. But if you are reading Viking Moon, please read those closing thoughts because it adds so much to the world building that like makes it almost it heightened my experience with the book reading those closing thoughts. So I genuinely cannot wait to read more of that series. There's only 5 issues, sadly. It's a like quote unquote a mini series, but
Yeah.
I genuinely hope that it sells well. I know it's like an indie comic. I know it's kind of like under the radar, so it might not sell as well as like Skinbreaker, which is obviously by one of the best prolific writers in comics today. I feel like the 5 issues, like I was saying with the Skinbreakers 8, I feel like you can get your point across with 5. But I really, really enjoyed Viking Moon. But for my most anticipated book that I really, really, really want to get into is the second oversized hardcover for Transformers by Daniel Warren Johnson. I need the second book, man. I need to know where this goes. I need to know how Optimus is feeling because that's my boy. I feel for him. I feel his emotion in those eyes. I feel it, man. I love, I love Optimus Prime. I love the human characters as well. I can't wait to see where they go. Um, and I just don't understand how anyone could be a Decepticon fan with all the bullshit and the shenanigans that they pull in this
Right.
book. I know there's diehard Decepticon fans, but fuck that. I'm an Autobot fan. I love the Autobots. Um, they're just the shit. I cannot wait to continue with that series. I need that second oversized hardcover um, because it's the same exact size as a Marvel Omnibus, and it's just beautiful art, beautiful cover, not cover, beautiful coloring rather. And yeah, it's just a ride, man. That it personally speaks to me a lot because I love action. I love hyper. If I like Battle Beast, I'm gonna love Transformers. It's such a good time. so many cool aspects to that story. Yeah, so that's what I've been most excited to read. Like ongoing stuff that I already own. So Luke's been wanting to read. You have anything else you want to add to that segment?
Yeah, actually, there was one thing that I completely forgot about, which I'm surprised I
Please.
forgot about. But next year is the second arc of Bug Wars. Um,
Ooh, yes.
Bug Wars is one of my favorite series. I'm just hesitant to put it. I mean, it really is like an honorable mention, but I can't put it in my top three because it is only 6 issues, compared to like other series I have. How many, right?
Yeah.
But if this second arc that comes out next year is anything like the first, it definitely has the ability to be in my top series, like for sure, like concrete, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a side story coming out, like a one shot that focuses on one of my favorite characters. One of she's a spider witch called
Ooh.
Vista or Wista, and she's badass. She's got I don't know if you've ever if how familiar you said you were into D&D. You know, like are you familiar with Drizzt?
No, I'm not.
So he's kind of like this cool like dark elf with like this dope sword, and I don't know. Never mind. She just kind of reminds me of a D&D kind of character. Reminds me of
Yeah.
Drizzt a little bit.
Mhm.
And she's just really cool, and she gets her own story coming out next year, right before the second arc drops. So yeah,
Sweet. Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool,
I
man.
love Bug Wars, dude, and I'm so happy that they're deciding to continue with it because there's so much they can do with that
Yeah.
plot and that story that they've got going.
Yeah, and that brings me to another uh anticipated book, which is Bug Wars, the first trade, man. I have that subscribed at my LCS. I'm gonna pick it up the day it comes out. I can't
Oh yeah.
wait to read that, man. It sounds like a great concept of you know, all these different what is it, different factions. You got the ants, the spiders, all these different bugs, you know.
I've got it pre-ordered, the trade. I got it pre-ordered on Amazon. So whenever I get it, I'm definitely going to reread it again, just
Yeah, oh,
to
yeah.
revisit it cuz it's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I can't believe I forgot to say that as well. Yeah, that one is honestly the only trade besides, yeah, that's the only trade that I'm looking forward to because there's not really much trades that I collect. The oversized hardcover for Transformers doesn't really count because that's not a trade. But yeah, that is a great pick, which is also a pick of mine as well. Well, with that down, guys, let's move on to this uh, last segment of the show. We don't got too much time. We only got about, you know, a little less than 20 minutes left. But we want to talk about something right here. We mentioned it earlier. My boy Luke talked about it earlier. One of his most anticipated books. He wants to quote unquote uh, reread and continue
Part
from where
of.
he,
Yeah.
yeah, and continue from where he left off. Me, I've read this series twice, from front to back. One of my favorite series of all time. We're talking about Berserk, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, so this segment revolves around us, uh, quote, like starting a book club, I guess. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pick a series that you can join in on us with as well. We're gonna be reading for our first series. We're gonna be reading Berserk. I know it's not a comic; it's a manga, but hey, everyone knows Berserk. And if you've already read it, you could reread it with us. If you've never read it before, please, it's very cheap on Amazon that you can get the big deluxe editions back here that I have. Um, it's very accessible and it's crazy. It's out there, but we're going to be starting a book club. Yeah, there it is right there, that deluxe edition. We're going to be starting a book club where we're going to be reading Berserk. And the way we're going to handle it is we're going to make a separate podcast video for each arc by arc review. My boy Luke wanted to combine the Black Swordsman arc and the Golden Age arc into one podcast, but me, man, I think the Black Swordsman arc is one of the most, how can I put this, important parts of Berserk, in my opinion, because we won't get into it because I could talk for hours and hours and hours about that specific arc. But I talked him into making it its own video. It doesn't have to be too long or anything like that. But I definitely do want to discuss at length the Black Swordsman arc. And then from there, we'll talk about the Golden Age. Then we'll talk about Lost Children combined with Conviction. Then we'll talk about what's next after Conviction. It's Fantasia. No, it's yeah.
Fantasia.
No. It's the Millennium Falcon, whatever
Oh,
the fuck the
Millennium.
Falcon. Yeah, the Falcon
Millennium
of the
Falcon.
Millennium Empire. Yeah, the Falcon of the
Yeah.
Millennium Empire. We'll do that in one video, and then our final video will kind of wrap up what Kentaro Miura's masterpiece has provided for us with the Fantasia arc. And the Fantasia arc is fantastic. And then I don't know how you want to go about it. I don't know if you want to read what Kyojo Omori has done, which he's done like a good 20, 30 chapters since Kentaro Miura has passed, which is like a
I
good
mean,
like 3 or 4 volumes. But it's very much in the middle of an arc where it's kind of unsatisfying where it left off. Very
I would.
unsatisfying, if I must add.
I probably wouldn't pick that up just yet until
Yeah,
we get like another deluxe edition or something. Something like, I don't know, something a little bit more concrete. I'd
yeah,
probably
for
for
sure.
now just stick with the Miura stuff or what's
Yeah.
completed.
So yeah, guys. So we're starting a book club. We're going to be making a separate chain of videos under the same, podcast. We've got issues, but we're going to be doing an arc by arc reread slash continuation of Berserk. And I'm very excited for it. I love Berserk, and I'm always down to reread my favorite series of all time. As you can't tell, I have a tattoo of the brand. I have the shirt. I love Berserk, and I know my boy Luke here has only read up to what Golden Age.
I've read. I think I finished the Golden Age. I know I'm familiar with the Golden Age. I think I read through it, but I know that I haven't gotten past it. I know that much.
Yeah, so I know people love to read because you can only read Berserk once, right? And I know a lot of people like to relive their experience through other people. Like me personally, I love to watch people play through Dark Souls 1 for the very first time. Like I love that game. It's probably like top 3 games I've ever played in my life, and it's very fun watching someone that hasn't been exposed to that like game yet experience it for the first time. And I feel like you guys would very much enjoy us rereading Berserk or continuing it where we left off. And I feel like it's a perfect book to start off with. It's such an easy, arc by arc by arc by arc. There's not too many. We can do it in like, 4 or 5 episodes. And I feel like a lot of people would love to see our reactions because there's a lot that I don't remember of after Conviction because I just wanted to finish it. Not just finish it. I wanted to know what the hell happened, and a lot happens. A lot of political intrigue, which I didn't really pay too much attention to, but I will this time around. And there's a lot of packed into each volume, and especially each arc. There's so much story to be told, so much deep character analysis that we could do, especially on Guts, and the found party that he comes across like halfway through the series, I'd say. Yeah, guys, I feel like you guys would enjoy that, and I'm very excited. What are your thoughts, Luke? What are you thinking on this?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm a big fan of Berserk from what I remember reading. Again, I mean, I don't know if I've told you this, but when I read it for the first time, that was what 4 or 5 or like 3 or 4 years ago. So, and I only read the first like section. So there's a lot of it that I don't remember, and of course, there's most of it I haven't even read yet. So I'm very excited to revisit it. And Berserk is, one of those series that inspired some of my favorite video games. I like the Dark Souls games. I'm big on Elden Ring. I mean, I've got the Elden Ring shirt on right now.
Oh, that's
Uh,
hard, dude. Melania, fuck yeah. I never beat
yeah,
her.
dude.
Never could beat her.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I didn't even. I swear, dude. I've never even attempted to fucking fight Melania. I was just like, you know what? I know once I get in there, and I'm gonna just fucking be stuck there forever. So I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna mess with her.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't either. Well,
Yeah.
maybe I just went. I knew I was gonna get my ass whooped. I walked in there, and I was like, "Try me, bro," and just got my ass destroyed. I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, nah."
Yeah. Yeah. And it's been like if she's not mandatory to beat the game, probably not gonna beat her, man.
Right.
If she's that hard, but I beat Elden Ring, and I you know what? I never beat the DLC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
I
DLC
haven't
was
gotten
extremely
around to
hard.
it either. In fact, I've tried replaying Elden Ring recently, and the thing about Elden Ring is I'm not good at the game. I'm really bad at those games. I just love them at the same time.
Hmm.
Like no game pisses me off more than like Souls or Bloodborne or Elden Ring or whatever. But I just love those worlds, and I just think it's a ton of fun. But yeah, I mean, Berserk is sort of the main inspiration, I would say, for those games. Like
Oh,
for the From Software
absolutely.
games, there's tons of Berserk references all the way throughout, and yeah, it's just such an awesome dark fantasy mixed with like eldritch, like Lovecraftian horror
Yeah,
elements
yeah,
too,
yeah.
and it's just a ton of cool shit that I'm into. So I'm excited to revisit it.
Yeah, I mean, they literally have the Dragon Slayer sword in fucking all the Dark Souls games. Like for
Yeah,
crying out loud. Like they so many like callbacks, so many references. And damn near like in Elden Ring, they even have a fucking armor set that almost looks like, Guts in his mad dog form. Uh
oh yeah, and they have. There's literally multiple areas in Elden Ring where it's like the swords in the hill.
yes, yeah, like the graveyard almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's sick, man. So if you guys are anything of a Berserk fan, if you're a Dark Souls fan, if anything, if you've never read Berserk, if you have, I hope you guys can join us on this journey for rereading and continuing from where we left off on Berserk. It's going to be a great time, and I can't wait to get into it because I love Berserk. Who doesn't love Berserk? It's going to be brutal. It's going to be hard to read, but I have a controversial take here, bro. I really do.
What's
I,
that?
I have a hot take. I think, and I know I'm gonna get crucified in the comments for this shit, dude. But
Oh,
I genuinely think Berserk gets like the Golden Age is peak. It's peak writing, like peak character development, peak trickery. I'd love to say because Kentaro Miura has a way of tricking you into liking these despicable characters. But I genuinely think that Berserk just transcends after the Golden Age because what I fell in love with Berserk is the Black Swordsman arc, him tearing up all these different demonic demons and stuff like that. And the Golden Age, all of that is absent. You don't get any of that supernatural vibe or anything like that. It's until the Golden Age ends that you do start getting what the Golden Age was, like demonic battles, crazy body fucking horror where these demons these apostles become something otherworldly. And I genuinely think that Berserk transcends Kentaro Miura transcends Berserk way past what the Golden Age does, which I know people are going to be like, you're crazy. The Golden Age is the best arc. I genuinely think past the Golden Age, Berserk just doesn't stop getting good or getting better. It gets better and better and better and better until the final Kentaro Miura issue, which is or volume, which is 41. He like it sucks because he kind of opens up all these different doors on the final volume, and he passes, so all those doors are just left open, and you're kind of
right.
like, we'll never get to see that ever again. And I do like I know you don't know what I'm talking about. And if you've read issue 41, dude, volume 41 of Berserk, you probably know what I'm talking about with the flashback scene. It's genuinely some very chilling stuff, and I genuinely think that Berserk transcends past the Golden Age arc in every way possible because you finally get to see Guts character arc kind of he becomes a completely different character. His party members you really enjoy. You even grow to love the villains. Not fucking Griffith because that guy is despicable. Everyone hates Griffith, but like Zod, Ganishka, um, fantastic villains. Zod in particular is just very interesting in his motives and stuff like that. Yeah, guys, I feel like controversial take, but I think Berserk transcends past the Golden Age arc, and I don't know if that's actually. I know a lot of people think the Golden Age arc is like the greatest art ever, but I don't think people will disagree that it just gets better and better and better. And with that being said, the art is peak from the very beginning, and by the end of his final volume, it's just everything belongs in a museum. That's how good the art is. But yeah, I cannot wait to get into it. I can't wait to see what you think personally of like the second half of the series, not being exposed to it yet. I think you're
Right.
really gonna really enjoy it.
For sure. I'm excited, dude, and I'm excited to not be alone reading it. I mean, I'm perfectly capable of reading shit on my own, but reading it with you, I think, is going to be a ton of fun. And being able to maybe, because I do tend to read through stuff really quickly, and then maybe not absorb as much as I should because of that. But I think being able to sit back and take my time with it and just talk with you about it
Yeah,
afterward, we're able to get a lot more out of it.
yeah, we could
Which
definitely bounce, our thoughts off of each other and definitely come to a conclusion on like some characters and stuff like that. Yeah, it'll definitely enhance my experience as well, sharing my thoughts with you.
awesome, man. But
Yeah,
real quick, want to let you know we've got like 3 minutes left of
yeah, for
footage
sure,
here.
bro. Yeah, I was about to cut it off right now. I
All
was
right,
about to wrap it up. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of We Got Issues. I think it was a great time. Let us know down in the comments what you guys thought. If there's any suggestions on anything we should change, or if there's anything that you would like to be added to the show. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys. Luke, you have any closing comments?
just thank you all for watching. This is really awesome. I love that we're able to finally do this. This has been something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I know Gut has too, and it's
Oh
something
yeah,
we've been talking about together for a little bit now, and we're finally putting it together. So it's really awesome to be here. And yeah, just thank you all for tuning in and hearing us ramble.
yeah, for sure, man. It's always a good time just shooting the shit with some boys on stuff that you really enjoy. And
Hell yeah.
yeah, guys, closing thoughts. Like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been We've Got Issues. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been Xbox Gut.
MLG man.
Later,
We'll catch
guys.
y'all in the next one. See ya.